Yes! Yes! And Alan Tudyk. Thank you.
I almost sat on my microphone. That would have been an awful sound.
It would have been a great way to start. It would have been very exciting. Well, for you at least. Bad. Anyway, hey everybody! I just spit on you, so that's a terrible way to start for me. Stephen, how you doing, man?
I'm good. I just got into San Diego. It's my 4th Comic-Con. It's my 2nd Nerd HQ. It feels good.
Wow. Nice. Is San Diego Comic-Con treating you well, as I imagine it is?
It is. So, a couple of things since I've been here. During Elijah Wood's panel, I was on the live YouTube page for this to grab the link to put on my Facebook page. And I started commenting from my YouTube account. People were like, this isn't Stephen Amell. I'm like, it is Stephen Amell. And then they did some research. And this guy, Tim Barker, is like, it's his page, but it's his handler. Well, wrong again, Tim Barker. So there was that. And who in the audience knows how I got here?
Practice. Oh.
On a golf cart, because I saw you in the intersection. We got totally stuck in the intersection. I was sitting in the back with my sister and my manager, and we're on the street, and there's just a big semi-truck that was just keeping equal distance with me, and I turned to my sister, and I was like, this is really scary. And it was. We were 3 people on the back of a golf cart. It's supposed to fit 2 people. And we got stuck because the police wouldn't let us through the intersection, and there were a bunch of people walking to the panel. And so it's been eventful so far.
I'm glad you made it. Very
Thank
glad
you.
you made it and didn't get sideswiped by any semis. That's nice.
No, and I think I've already had the best moment of my Comic-Con. True
Please
story.
illuminate us.
Could Emily Wagner put up her hand? She's right back there. She's all the way in the back. Emily came in from North Carolina. We're going to hook her up in Hall H tomorrow night for the Arrow panel. Her mom, did you drive here? You flew here. No, but how did you get tickets?
I probably shouldn't answer that question. I begged.
She
I
bent the
begged.
rules. She bent the rules because she
did.
loves our daughter. That's okay.
I begged.
Emily, thank you for your letter. Thank you for everything. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Nice. You're going to be in Hall H tomorrow.
Hall H tomorrow night for a bunch of stuff. It's a little bit different this year because we actually don't start filming season 4 of Arrow until Monday. And so we've always had a preview. I mean, the first year that we were here, we had the pilot. And so we don't have any new footage this year, but we have new stuff.
That's exciting.
Sure.
Fantastic. And so that hall holds 6,500 people.
Oh my God, does it?
It's really impressive. And so this is a much better, well, not that it's better, but this is great because it's only 200 people.
But there's something about having people on top of you that's a little bit more unnerving than 6,500 people. It's like a stadium rock show versus like 10 people sitting, and if anyone is bored, you can tell.
I don't see one bored face. Oh, wait, okay. I only see one bored face so far. All right, now, if you guys have any questions, put your hands up like you see these hands up going around, and I'll start the first one off right here, sir.
Captain. Hey, Mr. Tudyk. Love you both.
Cheers.
In light of recent events, I just wanted to ask, what is your rebuttal to Mr. David Ramsey's salmon ladder video?
So for those who don't know, someone said, who's better at the salmon ladder, you or David Ramsey? And I said, well, David Ramsey can't do the salmon ladder because I've never seen him do it, so he's welcome to prove me otherwise. So he does it like 2-3 months ago, and for some reason waits until 2 days ago to put a video on YouTube of him doing it. And of course he can do it. He's Diggle. He's the largest upper body I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't have a response. I mean, I'm definitely, let's see him do it while doing a monologue and doing it like 8 times in a row. Okay, that's a very small sample size for Mr. Diggle.
I think that's a challenge. I
Yeah.
think that is a challenge.
We'll find a way.
Brilliant.
Can we have Felicity Smoke answer a question, if at all possible?
Yes.
Hi, I actually did not get a ticket to your panel. I missed out, but a lovely stranger saw
Thank
my
you, Laura.
costume and handed me her ticket.
Wow.
Yep.
Just, this is actually one of the, not to make you stand up here while I opine, but one of the really cool things about Comic-Con, whether it's San Diego Comic-Con or any Comic-Cons across Canada, the United States, the entire world, is just the sense of community, and you always hear stories about like what Laura did for you, and now you get to ask a question. Go right ahead.
Was wondering if you'd like to share a Coke.
I would. You know what? I think I could use a Coke right now, but I'm actually gonna drink it. Do you drink Coke?
I usually drink Diet, but I'll drink Coke for you.
You will today. Let's share. Thank you. Isn't it? Oh,
to do
hang
with
on.
the
Yeah, we'll do it. Cheers.
It's like a little mini Coke.
For those of you who can't see.
It's little Oliver. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
This is the most calories that I will get the entire weekend. Alan knows what I'm talking about.
No, I don't. Oh, yeah.
They don't. Oh yeah, they don't let you eat.
No, it's mine is self-imposed at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, mine's self-imposed. I'm eating cake. I'm eating cake here. It's Comic-Con. Yes, the young lady with the blue hair. Which, there's 6 people stand up. No, just right, this blue hair.
Welcome to Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Hi. I got into air a little bit late, but I absolutely love it. I started watching it after I listened to the podcast that you had with On Girl and Guy.
Aisha Tyler?
Yes.
Last year, here.
Yes. Yeah. And obviously you have a new series coming up where you get a whole bunch of new superheroes that you and the Flash get to kind of whip into shape.
Sure.
Who was the most one you looked forward to seeing the most, or who was your favorite?
Victor Garber.
Nice.
I love Victor Garber so much. This is such an awesome story to tell. Everyone have people seen the promo for that? Okay, right. So it's Grant and I on the rooftop, and I started off, I started this alone, blah, 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 Arrow stuff. And Victor Garber has the first line. So when they're setting the camera up on me, he's standing right there. And he looks at me, pardon my language, and he says, "Stephen, what the fuck am I doing here? I should be sitting by a fire, drinking wine, reciting dialogue directly to camera, but no! I'm on a rooftop in Vancouver, and it's raining, so I'll ask you again, what the fuck am I doing here?" 2 seconds after he finished that, I had to start saying my dialogue. So if you see Oliver crack a smile for the first time in 3 seasons, you can thank Victor Garber.
Nice. Yes, with the black. With the shirt on, and he's handing you a microphone.
If you don't have blue hair, you're not dressed like Felicity Smoke, you're in for a difficult time being identified, I think.
You with the black.
Hello, Stephen. I'm glad to get a ticket for you. You were on my wish list, so I'm really happy that I can be here. I have a 2-part question, if it's okay.
Sure.
First question is if you could share a funny story or funny moment which you had with Grant during the crossovers. And the second part, if you could do maybe a Smiles for Smiles after the panel.
I am doing Smiles for Smiles after the panel. Now, hang on. Not everyone from in the panel might necessarily get into Smiles for Smiles because we open it up to people who didn't get into the panel. Now, you are in the panel, mind you, and we'll do a big selfie or something at the end, but we are doing Smiles for Smiles after. As for funny crossover stories with Grant, boy, oh boy, most of them I can't share. It mostly just, revolves around how cool all of it is. When we did the original appearance in his pilot, it was fun to see. It was fun to see how he had grown and been educated just in the time that he had been shooting the pilot. And then when I finally got to go on to his set on episode 8 of their first season, the mood and the temper and the tempo of a show really tends to reflect off of the person who is the lead. And Grant is such a kind, good-natured, enthusiastic individual. I'm like old and grumpy. Meanwhile, everyone over on The Flash is smiling and doodly-doodly-doo. And so he really took that show by the reins and did an exceptional job. So that would be my fun story with Grant.
Nice. It's very true that whoever is in the lead, that they lead everybody.
Yeah.
It's wild how that works.
It is. I learned a lot from good leads. I think I said this to Aisha on the podcast last year. You learn a lot from good leads, and you learn even more from bad leads. Don't ask me who they are. But I would just have loved to have spent one day on the Torchwood set with Barrowman. Because I can only imagine that people were popping out of birthday cakes naked and just a bunch of weird, awesome stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I had an experience with Nathan Fillion where he was the lead once. He's always the lead, but he was the lead in the show that I was doing.
Congratulations on your new series.
Oh,
That's
Conman,
really
thank
exciting.
you very much.
Very exciting. That was a well put together piece of material.
Thank you.
Well
Thank
done.
you very much, Stephen. Yeah, I was the lead in that one. It's a splintered mess. It's terrible what goes on there. Thanks, man. All right, and there was someone who almost was called on. Yes. Cheers.
Thank you for all your. Hi, Stephen. Thank you for all your charity work. And my question is: so, are you going to wrestle Stardust?
SummerSlam. Wait. The question was, are you going to wrestle Stardust at SummerSlam? I'm not going to wrestle Stardust at SummerSlam. And I know that double negatives in the English language are a no-no, but that's...
Oh, come on, that was good.
That's
That was
an
good.
Alfred
That was
E.
good.
Newman quote from Mad Magazine that I read when I was like 10 years old. I use it whenever I can. I am probably going to do some stuff with the WWE. I don't know if that means wrestling a match, but we'll see.
You're going to do stuff with the WWE?
Like wrestling.
Are
Wait
you
a minute,
gonna play your character?
I just said that I didn't know if it was going to be wrestling. I don't know if it's going to be wrestling.
What are you going to do? Come out with a number and... Come
The
on.
WWE doesn't have ring girls, but if they wanted me to be one, I would be.
Wow. Are you going to be playing your character? Or are you going to like come up with a whole new character?
Can't talk about it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wow.
What about people over here? I see that girl right there. I see you. Stand up. I'm pointing right at you.
Microphone to the lady.
Sorry, I just took your job there for a second.
No, hey, this is mutual back and forth.
So how excited were you to see that Olicity won the MTV Ship of the Year?
So excited I almost knocked over my Coke. I was really excited. I've known. Truth be told, I don't follow the mentions line on Twitter that much because I don't think that it's the most healthy place for someone with a lot of followers to read feedback. But I was aware that there's Teen Choice and there's MTV Fandom of the Year and Ship of the Year, and Emily and I were super, super excited. I was just scrolling through Twitter last night and I saw that we had won. And so everyone that spent time on Twitter voting and Facebook that spent time voting and just in general, everyone that has become such an awesome fandom for the show, it's so appreciated.
What's your favorite part of playing that relationship together?
That the scenes always tend to be different by the time we play them than they are when they're written on the page. We tend to, not that the writing isn't excellent and the storytelling isn't cool, because it is, but we always tend to find little nooks and crannies that I think make our relationship resonate with people.
Very nice. Or you take that half. I'm gonna take this half. Why
Okay,
don't we
we'll
do that?
alternate.
Okay, that's our geography. Yes, right behind, and yes, with the buttons, and the. There we are.
Hi, Stephen. Thank you for coming. My question is, did you know beforehand that Katie Lotz's Black Canary was going to be kind of resurrected as of sorts for the spin-off series?
The spinoff got pitched to me. I'm trying to think where we were. We were somewhere in the middle of season 3, and they told me some of the characters that were coming along, and I was fired up. I mean, I thought that Katie did such a wonderful job in season 2, and a very brief moment in season 3 as Canary. So and Katie is wonderful. So I was excited to have her back, and I'm excited to see her reintroduced to the world, so to speak.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. Yes, that lady right there. No, it's, oh, there you go. You get in the microphone.
Hi,
All right.
Stephen.
Hi.
First of all, I love you. Thank you for coming out for us.
You're welcome.
I wanted to ask you, I know you're on a friendly basis with Jensen and Jared from Supernatural.
Yeah.
And you also...
I want one of those bags with them on the back. Okay?
I have one.
You have one?
Come see me after.
Okay.
I'll take care of you.
I'm legitimately willing to trade things for that bag.
That's where
Not
it's
what
at.
you're thinking.
And I know that you also tried to help Constantine move from the network to a streaming service.
Sure.
So my question to you is, where do you fit into our nerd community? Are you a nerd about a certain fandom, or is there a certain show that you're just crazy about that maybe coming out to Comic-Con you kind of like want to know a little bit more about?
I was always crazy. I've always been crazy about Mad Men, which I know isn't necessarily a Comic-Con-based show. It's more like we do an interview in the Sunday New York Times type of show. I don't have to worry about getting on it now. It's done, so I can make fun of it. I love that show. I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan. I love Game of Thrones. I'm always so fired up when people die, too. Because that element of storytelling and that element of risk is just so refreshing. And my wife can attest to this. One of the last episodes this year, not to spoil it to anyone involved, but I think it was the 8th episode this year, and there were dragons involved right at the end. My wife can attest that for the last 10 minutes, I watched the show. For the first 48 minutes, I watched the show like this. And for the last 10 minutes, I watched the show like this. Get the dragons! So any show that makes me stand up and feel like it's Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals, that's a good show in my book. Yeah, I love that show. Okay.
Nice.
I have other ways to get that bag, I was let you know.
In the back on this side, yes, right there.
I'm Bianca. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So we've had the crossover with Arrow and then with the Flash. So curious, what would it look like if the Winchester brothers came into town? Would Oliver get along with them? Would he maybe clash with them a bit?
I think undoubtedly it would be sunnier.
Okay.
I don't know. They're in season 11, so they'd have to travel way back in time.
Just a bit.
It would be great. I don't ever think that, we're both so busy that we could ever do like a full-scale Arrow Supernatural crossover. But I would love to like be a bartender in an episode. A full non-speaking role of just, walking up with a beer for Jensen and Jared. Hi, guys. And then... and then leaving. And then if they came on Arrow, they are welcome to play Thug 5 and Thug 6.
I'm sure they'd like that.
They would. I bet they would.
Thank you.
Thank you. That gentleman right there.
Hi. I was just kind of curious. Once the Flash kind of came in, everyone on the Arrow crew kind of adjusted different ways to how to react to superpowers.
Yep.
So let's say it does happen, Supergirl's in the same universe. How would Diggle and Oliver react to seeing someone like that?
Well, we've seen how Diggle reacts to speed. I can't imagine how he reacts to somebody flying. I'm excited. You know, our director of photography, Glenn Winter, directed the Supergirl pilot and is directing the second episode. And that, to me, having not seen it, I'm very excited to see it. And I'm hopefully meet Melissa this weekend. And I've heard really good things. But the coolest thing for me was that, you know, Glenn had directed episodes of Smallville, but he directed episode 116 of Arrow and came up with a lot of concepts that stayed constant throughout the show. The idea of transition shots between the present and the flashbacks, and then the flashbacks and the present. And so he went on to direct really important episodes for us. He went on to direct really important episodes of The Flash. And when the time came for the Supergirl pilot, and Greg Berlanti brought him to the people at CBS and said, "This is your guy," they just took a look at those episodes and went, "Yes, he is." So that's I'm so happy for him, because, you know, he'll be here at the pilot screenings this weekend with his son Max, and they'll be checking it out and seeing the reactions. And I mean, that for me is the best part of the whole Supergirl experience. So hopefully, you know, at one point or another, DC Television gets to just do one giant conglomerate crossover. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Like a Super Friends type thing?
Yeah. Like a Super Friends type thing.
That would be great. I've always wanted to be Aquaman. Now, Jason Momoa is definitely going to do a good job.
No, I've met Jason Momoa, and there's never going to be another Aquaman, because he'll kill them.
He's very large.
He'll kill them. I was like, how's the movie going? We were in Birmingham in the UK. How's the movie going? He looks at me and goes, "Dude, I'm a savage." All right, Jason.
Was he talking about the character, or he was just referring to himself?
I don't know.
I always wanted to play him as someone who stinks like fish. Like he gets out of the ocean like, "Oh, Jesus, Aquaman here." And he's got like some of those 6-pack rings, you know, stuck on his, you know, sort of like on his arm, and you know, trawling nets sort of dragging behind him.
Full 80s costume.
Oh yeah, that one, and he can only defeat his enemies by drowning them. He just drags them into the ocean and then just lays on them until they die. And then he goes to get another one, and then he drags them in the ocean. They went with Jason Momoa.
Remember what I said at the beginning of this conversation? I changed my mind. That would work.
On this side, yes? Right here.
Hi. Whoa.
Hello.
So, two things.
Sure.
That guy you posted a picture of at Starbucks yesterday, I think.
Today, you don't know him, do
Today.
you?
I see him there all the time.
There was a guy at Starbucks, and I felt kind of bad, but he was laying down to plug in his computer, and it just sort of looked like he was laying down to sleep in a Starbucks, but it looked like one of those photos that you see online. You're like, that's not real, because he had a full Dell desktop computer from 2004 set up. You can go on my Twitter. I said, "Heading to San Diego Comic-Con," and I put a link to the photo, and that was the photo. Unbelievable. I swear to God I took that photo, and now we have proof.
Proof. He's there to like close almost every.
Seems like a
every
decent
week.
guy, but he's certainly taking up a lot of space.
Just a little bit. But he's always got his little setup with his monitor and everything.
Good for him. He's probably like a billionaire genius.
Probably. And props to him for that.
Sure.
So my question. My fiance, I haven't been able to get him to start watching Arrow yet,
Okay.
but he's way into The Flash.
All right.
So his whole thing, though, is how is your Arrow different from the Arrow that was on Smallville?
Well, I think he's a little bit meaner. That's for sure. Certainly stronger. No, I think that the main difference is that the Green Arrow on Smallville, Justin Hartley, was a buddy of mine and did an excellent job. And I know that he did an excellent job, because when I got cast as Arrow, I got a lot of people going, "I'll never watch it. We wanted Hartley. I've seen the pilot. We still want him." Okay. I hope you have the DVD box set. Live your dream. But the main thing is that he was a peripheral character on Smallville, right? So I mean, he was a regular, but he was a peripheral character. So we really get a chance to get into the Oliver Queen backstory that we tell over the course of our first 3 seasons, and hopefully our 4th season, and hopefully our 5th season, because we kind of do it a year at a time. And we really get a chance to see the Arrow character evolve from one thing in the first season to another thing in the second season to someone who didn't really know what he was in the third, and we get to continue that evolution. So if you are interested in the origin story of the Arrow, hopefully maybe one day turning into the Green Arrow, then you will like the show. And if you don't, whatever. Yes, you right there. Yes, you. Nerd.
Hi, nerd and proud. You posted a video a couple days ago of yourself singing.
Sure. Yeah.
And you had a surprisingly amazing singing voice.
That's almost a compliment.
That's what you call a backhanded compliment right there.
So what's your very favorite song when you're driving in the car that you just turn it up and sing at the top of your lungs?
Oh, geez, I don't know. I listen to like Eminem in the car. I'm on a big Eminem kick right now. Last year I sang at the panel ever so briefly, right? Because I have a daughter, and she was like 9 months at the time. So now she's 20, almost 21 months. And although I refuse to list the months after 18, okay, I just say now she'll be 2 in October, right?
That's good.
People who are like, how old's your kid? 41 months. No, thank you. No, thanks. So I sang very briefly because someone asked me if they thought, what is her favorite Disney movie going to be? And I was really, really hoping that it was going to be The Little Mermaid. Right? So now, when I put her to bed at night and she's excellent at going to sleep, I imagine, and then I go out and watch TV with my wife, I imagine that she lets the door close and pretends to go to sleep and then gets up and goes, look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm a girl who has everything? She has absolutely everything. Look at this room, treasures untold. How many Nemos can one bedroom hold? A lot. Looking around, gee, I think I've got everything. I've got scullies and ponies aplenty. I've got who's it's and what's it galore. You want thingamabobs? I got 1,000 thingamabobs. But who cares? No big deal. I want more. I want to be where my parents are. I want to know what they're watching, sitting out there on the sectional couch watching the giant curved TV. Flapping my arms, I don't get too far. My feet were designed for running, dancing, walking along on those, what are they called again? Because I'm a baby, I don't know. Feet, out where they walk, out where they run, out where they stay all day in the sun, wandering free. Wish I could be part of that world. I thought of that in the shower. I thought of that. My brother-in-law is backstage. I bet you if you asked him, he'd be like, I heard him singing Little Mermaid in the shower.
It was a long, long shower.
It was a long, long shower.
I'm going to sing the Sebastian song now from that same... No, I can't sing. Have you ever done any musical theater?
I played Tony in West Side Story in high school. And I played, can't remember his name, in the Fantastics. And, exactly. And I played somebody in HMS Pinafore. Yeah.
That was a character name, or that you don't remember that one?
I don't remember him either. He's the guy who was like, he is an Englishman. That one?
I auditioned for that role. I didn't get it, so I forgot his name too. Wow. Well, I hope that in the little time you have off every year, you're able to do some. You do have a.
I had 4 days off this year, Alan. 4 days. I wrapped Arrow on April 20th, and then I started Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on April 27th, and I wrapped that on Tuesday, as in like this past Tuesday, and then I'm going back to Arrow on Monday.
Well, there's a little time in there.
There is a little time. You're right.
Probably
You're right.
get like a limited run on Broadway.
My opportunity to sing was 4 minutes ago, so I hope I nailed it.
You did. You got the job. Wow, brilliant. You know, Joss Whedon did a Buffy episode where it was a musical episode. Hopefully
Never doing a musical episode. No. Anyway, keep going.
Okay. They should do one. Absolutely. Yes, sir.
Hey, Stephen. Thanks for bringing 3 great years of television for Arrow, one of my favorite shows on TV. I was wondering, is there any deleted scenes or anything that didn't make the cut that you really hoped would or really liked?
We have filmed dream sequences at the beginning of the last 2 finales, and neither one of them made it into the show. And they were long scenes to film. And if you knew the production schedule on Arrow, you don't have a lot of wiggle room to do an extra scene. Like when I was on Turtles, the producers were like, hey, we noticed something yesterday. We wrote a brand new scene. We're filming it, this day. We don't have that luxury on Arrow. So I was disappointed that they didn't go in for that reason, because we put good time to them that we could have put to other things. But I was also disappointed because I thought that they added sort of a mystical, dreamlike element that we don't often see on the show. Do you want to know what they were? Yeah. I can tell you. I think that there's a deleted scene. I think it's on the season 2 DVD, Blu-ray, whatever they're called nowadays, where Slade is about to kill Moira, and I stop him. Right? That's sort of this dream sequence, and I murder him, and it was like that took a long time to shoot because we had to recreate a bunch of elements of that scene. And this year, there was a scene with Emily and I in the car that actually played a lot like the scene at the end, but turned very nightmarish. And it's what snapped me out of my slumber, and then I'm on the plane with Roz. So if you wonder why I'm sleeping, it's because we shot a dream sequence at the beginning of the episode.
Cool.
Oh, and the scene when Oliver and Tommy kiss. That never made it either.
Wow. They would have left that one.
Yeah, man. Yes.
Yep.
Hi.
Alan, Stephen, thank you for being here.
Did you say miss?
I said Joe.
Oh, sorry.
Man.
Okay, sorry. Maybe I'm spam. Sorry. Hey!
So this is going to be unlike any question you get here, but as a longtime Oakland A's fan, what is it like being BFFs with Josh Donaldson? We very much miss him. We do.
He's excellent.
Thank you for helping him get in third base in the All-Star game.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I mean, so I did this campaign on Facebook, and we contributed to Josh Donaldson getting elected into the All-Star game. I'm sure there's lots of people here who voted. And I met him, and I gotta say, he is a good guy, and I was so relieved because professional athletes that I've met, well, it's not that they're bad guys. I just don't relate to them that much, despite the fact that I grew up playing sports. We now have very different lifestyles. And is there something funny about that? I was like, I'm kidding. I feel like a teacher. Yeah, no, he was a really good guy. Good to meet him. He let me take batting practice at Rogers Center, and that was like, unfortunately, I'm legitimately, that was like a top 4 moment of my entire life. Like the first one involved, my daughter being born, and the second one was probably something my daughter did, and the third one hopefully involved my wife, and the fourth one was hitting a home run at the Sky Dome. Yeah.
You hit a home run?
I hit a home run in batting practice. I hit one. That's it.
Wow.
One career homer. You get it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was amazing. I think I drank like 19 beers the rest of the day. They couldn't touch me. It was like after Travolta stabs Uma Thurman in the heart in Pulp Fiction with adrenaline, she could have done a bunch more drugs. They wouldn't have affected her because she had adrenaline coursing through her heart. That was me minus the heroin.
Minus the big needle sticking out of your chest.
That's right.
Wow. I would have had that same experience if I hit the ball, like fouled it out. That's amazing. Yes, right here in the glasses.
Hi, how you going?
How was the trip from Australia?
Long.
Yeah.
Very, very long. I got in Wednesday morning, so I'm very sleep deprived.
That's okay.
A lot of people have died on Arrow. Just put it nicely.
Yeah.
Which death scene was the hardest to film?
I can't really choose between Tommy and Moira because Colin and I spent more time together, and I remember being more affected by the news that his character was going to die because I'd never experienced it before. And with Moira, it was the same thing. That was a more arduous scene to shoot because I was tied up, hands, ankles, and they tried to tie me up like they would tie up an actor who they didn't want to injure. And I was like, guys, I need to strain against this. You actually have to tie me up. So I was just laying on the ground for like hours. But Tommy was that scene was really difficult to shoot. It's just not a lot of fun when you are working with someone for a long time and they become friends and family, and we're all coming from LA or somewhere, and we're depositing in Vancouver, and we are our social network because we all work so much together. So that when you lose someone, it's really difficult. I didn't answer the question a little bit earlier about funny things that happened with Grant in the crossover. I did needle him one time because this happened to me in the first season. We had a director coming on the show, and he turned and he posed a question to me towards the end of the first season because this always happens. And so I turned to Grant during the crossover and I go, hey, so which regular do you think is going to die at the end of the year? And he was like, I don't know, we're like a lighter show. And I go, okay. And then I turned away and I cackled my fingers evilly. That was a terrible thing to do.
Nice.
Let's go to the back. I can see you right behind the red hat.
Oops. Thanks, everyone. Hi, Stephen. Hi, Alan. Thanks for being here. I'm here from New York, and you said a lot of great things on social media about New York, so thank you.
Mm-hmm. Not the traffic.
No, I agree with you there. That's terrible.
First class city, third world country traffic. Sorry.
Oh, I don't disagree.
Yeah.
It's terrible. So my question would be, since you have Melissa and Grant kind of with the Glee background and singing, what is your go-to karaoke song? And then what would Oliver's go-to karaoke song be?
Oliver's, I got to think about Oliver's for a second. I have songs that I like, but my go-to when I really want to shake things up is Music of the Night from Phantom of the Opera. Because they have it, no one ever sings it, and I'll be in these like rundown karaoke bars, and I'll hand it in. The guy will go, really? I go, I'll win the crowd over with this one, don't worry. I feel like Oliver's go-to song would be something from like grunge era rock, early '90s Seattle, like Glycerine or something, or like Nirvana and the Unplugged album when Cobain was just there going, monsters or something. You know. But hopefully now it would be like Oh What a Night or something.
Great song.
Thank you.
It's a great song. Yeah.
That's a good question.
I like to do an Elvis song. I have to just, not that I was asked, but I like to do an Elvis song just to throw it out there in case you don't know what to do. There's Are You Lonesome Tonight?
Yep.
Because there's a big space in the middle of that song where he has that dialogue of, Are you lonesome tonight?
And you can say whatever you want?
Whatever you want.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Background music and like hoops behind you, and it really sounds, it's got production to it.
I'll throw out some Zac Brown band. That's a lot of fun.
Oh.
I'll throw out some Beatles, Frank Sinatra.
Nice.
Yeah. Good.
Lionel Richie's a good one, too.
I'm not going there.
No?
It's not my register, I don't think.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Hi, Stephen. Hi, Alan. I'm Rob. Nice to see you both. Alan, having played Ollie on Young Justice, can we have an arrow off?
Is that true?
Yes. Yes. No, I'd lose. I don't want to. No.
So, but I have a good idea because the I don't know if it would be better before after, but say an arrow line that would appear on Young Justice, and then I'll arrowify it.
This is the video game, right? Oh, it was the animated series. Right.
Just plays so many comic book characters that he loses track.
I've been the Flash before. I was Superman. I don't know. I think I remember one line was, I said no cheese on this. Excuse me, I specified no cheese. That's what it was. Yeah, it's to a waiter.
And Arrow would go, take the sandwich back. You know what I ordered. You have one more chance.
I like yours better.
I've gotten everything I've wanted from the last two questions. Oh, yes, over here. So the standing up right there.
Hi.
Hey.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So if you had the opportunity to do any project you wanted with Zach Levi, just whatever, what would it be?
I don't know. But I am doing a project with Zach Levi. Spoiler alert. But I don't know. I mean, I don't just
Con Man.
Like a comedy.
Yeah, Con Man.
Con Man. That's it. That's the answer right there.
I gotta get you on Con Man, and I'll get you singing. I'll give you a singing part. I can do anything on that show. I'm totally in charge.
I will give you my character description on Con Man, okay? Because I certainly don't want to play myself or even a version of myself.
Okay.
I will play because this person exists at cons. I will play the guy who's only ever done movies, who's doing his first con, who shows up from 11 to 1 on Sunday and treats everyone like shit and then leaves. How's that?
And then he sings a song.
And then he sings a song.
Yeah.
As he's walking out, people are throwing shit at him, and it's brutal. And he turns around and he busts out a like stylized version of "Part of Your World" from Little Mermaid.
Yes, I don't want to be part of your world, or something like that. I think that's a great idea. That's a great idea. Oh, is it my turn? Right here. We're so close.
Hey, Stephen. It's so good to be here. I can't believe I'm here.
Same flight from Australia as our friend?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think so. But my question would be, because we really love what you do on Facebook. We follow it all the time. And there's always a question when you are going to come out to Australia to visit us at our cons.
I'm thinking of taking a trip to Australia, not this Christmas time, but the following Christmas time.
So where would you go to first, do you think?
I have no idea.
Where would
Melbourne.
you like to go? Sorry.
But I'll tell you what, based on the Australians that I've met in my life, it's not really going to matter because I'm going to have a good time all over the place.
Awesome.
I'm dead serious. These people are maniacs in the best way possible. Right?
Right. In a good way.
We'll see. I will keep people updated because it'll be something that I know pretty far in advance.
Yep. Cool.
What do you recommend?
Yeah,
place?
what do you recommend?
The Gold Coast?
Is it nice in December?
It's beautiful.
Sounds like a...
It's their summer.
Yeah, perfect the next day. What is that? I don't even know what they say.
It sounds lovely.
Sunny one day, perfect the next.
Something like that.
Something like that. When you live there, you just don't take notice of these things.
or
And then you go to
deadly
Vancouver and it
animals right
rains
around
for 8 months. And you're
A
like,
bit like that. You know, they have those slogans. Yeah.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Brilliant.
Yes.
This is the last.
This is the second last question.
This is the second to the last question.
What was the craziest stunt that you've ever had to do on the show, or like the craziest scene that you've?
Probably in the second season when I swung down from a tree to zip Emily off of a landmine. I was 60 feet in a tree, and they wanted to make a stuntman do it, and I yelled at them. I'm like, "There's just no chance. I'm doing it shirtless. You can't body double me. Take it. Take that." And I got up there, and I was just like, "Oh my God, this was such a mistake." And then I have to do it looking cool. Well, that didn't work out at all. Okay, one more.
That's insane,
Yeah.
man.
That stuff happens every day in our show. I just shot an action sequence in New York for 5 straight days with the guys that do all the stunt sequences for Fast and Furious, and they're doing Captain America right now. And I lost 8 pounds during the week. It was insanity. So cool. I can't wait for people to see it.
The stunt or you 8 pounds lighter? Wow, man. Wow, I use stuntmen so many times. Alan, you're gonna take a knee. No, I'm not. Dakota's gonna take a knee.
That's right.
It's,
Oh, I get it now.
why don't you pick the last?
Okay.
The last person.
The woman who almost stood up out of her chair right there. Well, I mean, don't stand up if you don't mean it. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Hi. Okay, my question is, if there's a person that you still haven't met and you'd love to take them out for a drink somewhere, to your favorite bar, who would that person be?
Alive or dead?
I mean, I think that would be me. I think
He made it, guys. I'm gonna pop a squat right here.
You made it, guy.
I made it back.
Yeah.
I made it back. Hey, I was rocking your Con Man stuff earlier today. I just love what you've done with Con Man, buddy.
Thank you, man.
Isn't it great? So who would you take out for a drink other than me?
The one guy that I wanted to take out for a drink is a gentleman named Chuck Klosterman. He's an author. You know Chuck? So I was filming in New York a couple of weeks ago during this stunt sequence, and at the beginning of the week, I had mentioned Chuck on Facebook, and I got a DM from him being like, "Hey, man, thanks for the support." And I went, "Hey, man, you want to come to the Turtle set?" Turns out he has a friend that is an Arrow fan, and they came and they visited, and he brought me a signed book. So I'm one step closer to going for beers with him, okay? One step. He's my guy. I'm not afraid to say it. That's my guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it over to Stephen.
Nerd Issue, thank you guys so much.
And Alan Tudyk, everybody.